Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wabihi nasta'in ala umuri dunia waddin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. First of all, I would like to thank my supervisors, Mr. Iskandar and Mrs. Dohra, and my examiners, Ms. Yunisrina and Mr. Sofian Agani. In this chance, I would like to present the result of my research from my thesis. The title of the research is Macro and Microstructure Analysis in Classroom Spoken Discourse Produced by English Teachers. Why did I take this topic? Because there are some problems found in the process of English teaching at high schools. It is as supported by Brown 2001. So what happened next is that the students are less motivated, and it is because the teachers still use non-traditional classroom discourse. From the researcher's experience, the preliminary study showed that teachers do not really follow any sequential rules in delivering the materials. That's why it is very important to analyze the classroom spoken discourse produced by English teachers in order to know how do the teachers explain the students about the material, and how deep is this teacher's explanation in order to make students understand what is being taught. It is as supported by Halliday that there is a strong relationship between discourse and language learning. Next, the research problems are: first, what are the macrostructures employed by English teachers in their classroom? The second, what are the microstructures employed by English teachers in their classroom? Therefore, the research objectives are to find out and describe the macro and microstructures employed by English teachers in their classroom. The method of the research is this study is descriptive qualitative. Next is the subject and object of the research. To begin with, I first proposed 3 schools for my research in my thesis proposal seminar. But unfortunately, in reality, in the beginning of March 2020, I could only take recordings from 2 schools. There were Al-Falah Abu Lampu and Omar Dian Islamic Senior High School. I could not take from Al-Fitian because of the pandemic, and I just continued the research because I have got data from 2 schools, and I had also consulted with my supervisors, and they suggested me to continue to write the results of the research. And next is the object of the research. So what I got from the recordings are the spoken discourse. I got spoken discourse from 2 teachers, so that I recorded what the teachers said during the teaching and learning process in their classroom. Therefore, the research location were at Omar Dian Islamic Senior High Schools. It is in Krung Langkareng in Rapuri, and Al-Falah Abu Lampu, it is in Ingin Jaya, Aceh Besar. And then the source and kinds of data. The source is the spoken discourse produced by English teachers, and the data was in the form of audio-visual recording, where then I transcribed what the teacher said. I have also attached the transcripts in the thesis. Next, the research instruments. First is the observation guide. It provides the information about the macrostructure of teacher talk in the classroom interaction. And the next is the interview guide. This instrument was used in need to support the data. The technique of data collection was observation. It was carried out twice. Each was in 2 meetings per teacher. In each meeting, it was about 90 minutes. So there were 2 meetings where, if it is calculated, it is about 180 minutes, or about 3 hours per teacher. And the interview was held right after the data of observation collected. So after the observation, the teachers had break time, and at that time I recorded the interview to the teachers. Next is the data analysis techniques. First, observation. The data taken in microstructure were analyzed through thematic analysis. This analysis consists of 5 steps. First, data familiarization, code generation, theme search, themes revision, and theme definition. So therefore there are so many codes in my thesis, and each code has different meaning. The next is the data from interview were analyzed using interactive model analysis by Miles Huberman and Saldana, where the data first was condensed and displayed and then verified. Next is the research results of the study. To answer the first variable or the first research question about the macrostructures of spoken discourse produced by English teachers, is that the teachers had done the 6 phases as proposed by Van Dyck 1980. Teacher 1 says, Teacher 1, to begin the class, she said, as usual, before we start our lesson, I will check your attendance list first. It was said by the first teacher. And the second teacher said, have you checked your attendance list? Because she didn't want to call the students one by one. And then she said, before we start, I would like to show you a clip. This is where she led the students to watch a video in the next phase. The next phase is the content phase. The first teacher said and explained what she would like to do in the class. She reviewed some points in the last meeting of her class, so the students could recall the memory. She began with Indonesian language, and it was clear, it was obvious that she mixed the language in this phase and also in the next phases. The second teacher after she showed the video, the second teacher began with questioning how about the video, what she got from what the students got from the video. And in the interaction phase, both teachers did many interaction, but mostly teacher one, because she recalled the students. She called again and again, asked, and would like the students to answer her question. While the first teacher only asked students to write down and check whether the students had done what she asked or not. In the exemplification phase, the teacher one clearly showed example because she became the role model. She asked students in the evaluation phase, in the next phase, to present individually. And in this phase, the exemplification phase, the teacher one, specifically teacher one who taught at Omardian, showed example on how to present in good way, in good manner. While teacher two only showed example from the video. Again, she asked students to watch the video to see the examples from the video. So the video had many parts, the explanation part and the exemplification part. Next is the results of the second research question, specifically the microstructure. So it can be seen from table 4.4, the lexical density characteristics. It is obvious that teacher 1 has a higher total of content words and also total words than teacher 2. There is an example, the sentence taken from transcript code SPT1CA, or structuring phase, teacher 1, class A, appendix 1. As usual, before we start our lesson, I will check your attendance list first. It is clear that the above utterance is produced by teacher 1, which consists of 7 content words from 14 words, with the lexical density 20% or 0.2. It is very simple lesson to begin the lesson. It is very simple sentence. To begin the lesson. Last, it can be concluded that both teachers conducted the process of teaching and learning activities according to the lesson plans that they had designed. Second, the results of lexical and grammatical items calculations show that teacher 1 produced more lexical density and less formal than teacher 2. Third, the lexical density obtained by the first teacher in class 1 is 63.66% and in class A and 66.52% in class B, while teacher 2 gained 71.70% in class A and 68.12% in class B. It means that teacher 1 spoke more understandable for the students rather than teacher 2. Well, I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening and watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.